A very good morning, children. Hope you all are keeping well. So, we have already completed our second chapter, and let's begin our today's class with the poem that is A Tiger in the Zoo by Leslie Norris. That is also from your first flight in continuation, okay? And from the title itself, I hope it's very clear that the whole poem it revolves around a tiger. Yeah, that's our national animal, and that too in the zoo. Okay, so before starting the poem, I would like to tell that the same way as I discussed the earlier poems, I will be explaining the stanzas one by one, and at the end we will discussing the rhyming scheme as well as the literary devices being used in the poem. Okay, so let's start and be with me. So try to understand. It's very simple and very easy poem. So let's see what is given over there in the intro part of this poem. This poem contrasts a tiger in the zoo with the tiger in its natural habitat. The poem moves from the zoo to this jungle and back again to the zoo. So read the poem silently once and say which stanzas speak about the tiger in the zoo and which one speaks about the tiger in the jungle. So it's very clear, children, that this poem it is given already that it is a contrast being shown here between whom? Between a tiger who is kept in the zoo inside a cage, okay, and the another one which enjoys in its natural habitat. I hope so you know well, that is the natural conditions in which a plant or the animal lives. And you well know what is the habitat of a tiger. Of course, it's the jungle. Yeah. So here, what happens over here? It shows that the real personality of the tiger, how it gets suppressed when it is confined inside a cage in a zoo, okay, and the tiger, how it just loses its true personality, that is the anger, the ferociousness, okay, without enjoying its real environment. So let's start the poem and hope you will understand it better. So it's given over there, the first stanza. He stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage on pads of velvet quiet in his quiet rage. So let's first understand the difficult words over here. In this first stanza we get the first word stalks. Stalks means follows, to follow anyone, okay, to follow. And vivid. Vivid means having the deep bright colors. As you can see, the tiger's bright colors are the combination of orange and the black stripes. That only is vivid colors. Pads here it refers to the paws of the tiger, okay, tiger's paws. In Hindi you can say panje jo, that one, okay. And rage means the violent uncontrollable anger, that is the rage. So let's come to its explanation part. Who is he referred to here? Of course it is about the tiger. So he here refers to the tiger. And where is the tiger now? You can see in the first stanza it's given over there the few steps of his cage. So here we come to know that tiger is confined inside a cage. So in this stanza the poet wants to say, or he wants to give the description of a tiger which is confined inside a cage in the zoo. Okay, he stalks in his vivid strips means the tiger, he follows the people in his bright beautiful colors. Okay, so where he follows? That inside the cage itself. You can see the movement of the tiger here and there inside the cage. Okay, so that only he just follows the people in his bright colorful strips. But The problem is that the area in the cage is very restricted. The few steps of his cage means the area is very restricted in the cage, and where he can walk only few steps, as he can't enjoy his freedom like that in the jungle or outside in the forest. So here inside the cage, because of the limited area, he has a restriction to walk only few steps. So how he walks, the movement of the tiger is being shown, and for the movement and the surface of his legs, okay, how his legs are being described. Here the surface of his legs, as I told you, the pads means here the paws of the tiger, they are here compared to that of the velvet. You might have heard, children, it is a fabric, very soft and silky material. Velvet clothes also, velvet fabric, you might have heard, that is only velvet. So the surface area of the tiger's feet is like velvety, means very soft and silken, and it moves inside the cage very quietly, okay, controlling his anger in his quiet rage. You can see, children, here two words with opposite meanings are used together. Quiet, rage. Quiet means silent, but rage means anger. So what does it refers? In his quiet rage means here the tiger is not able to express his anger, and so though he is very angry, he has to control his anger and he has to be quiet inside the cage. Okay, coming to the next stanza, he should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass near the water hole where plump deer pass. So what's the meaning of the word lurking? Lurking means remaining hidden so as to wait in ambush. Ambush means fight. So what does it means? To wait for the prey, so to attack over it, okay, in a hidden way, that is lurking. Sliding means moving silently, quietly, Plump means a fat. So what does it means now? He should be lurking in shadows. So the poet actually here he wants to say that the tiger, it lives very freely in the forest, okay, and it has the changed personality in the cage actually, okay. So the real personality of the tiger is being described here in these lines. What is the real personality of the tiger here is that when the tiger is out in the forest, okay, out in the forest, as I told you, lurking means what? That to wait in a hidden way for the prey to attack it. So here the tiger, what it does actually in the real environment, it hides himself in the long grasses near the water bodies. For what purpose it hides? So that it can attack, okay, from where the plump means the fat deer, it comes to drink water. So the tiger, it hides himself in the long grasses near the water bodies where the fat deer comes to drink water, and in its shadow only, in that grass shadow only, it waits for his prey. And as you also know, children, very well, that deer is the favorite prey of the tiger. Anytime, whenever we see on the TV or anywhere, we always find that the tiger, it tries to attack the deer, okay. So here also it said that how the tiger, it enjoys its freedom in the real environment. It hides itself in the long grasses just to attack over its prey. Hope so you understood till here. Try to recall it, and we will continue the next stanzas in our next class. Goodbye, children. Have a nice day.